Welcome to Lost in the Desert podcast, episode 15. I'm your host, Kareem.
My name is Issam.
And yeah, what an unusual week, full of little technical difficulties.
It's hot, bro.
Yeah.
It's been hot. It's
It's-
been disgusting. I didn't even want to go outside no more.
I think it was like 111. They said 110. It's going to be projected like
It's
for
projected. Yeah,
couple
it's going to
days.
be soon we start hitting 116, 117. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the worst part of Arizona heat, but I promise you it'll get better. Actually, you know what? I didn't say this. I actually booked for July. I'm glad it's getting hot because I booked for July, take my reservations to Fossil Creek. So we're going on, I think, like a Tuesday, Wednesday or a Thursday. No, Tuesday. It was like the 25th. Whenever the 25th is.
The Fossil Creek?
Yeah, Fossil Creek.
Oh, nice.
Because I love that fucking place. But this time we didn't make the same mistake of booking the far away parking lot. We got a nice parking lot, parking
Yeah.
spot. So we won't have to walk like crazy.
I'm not doing anything except just coaching. That's the only thing I'm doing. I really hate the summer here.
You want to plug your shit or no? You're good.
Nah, not yet. Soon though. Soon.
All right.
I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you see some of my stuff, but that's it. But that's all the thing that's happening.
This was such a random week. Like so much random shit happened,
bro.
between like
And
the
that's just
NBA
that.
and
It
all
all
sorts of
like
crap.
it all hit me at once. So I'm I'm like going from back and forth on so many things. I'm always like in a conversation. All this week, I'll get in a conversation and I'm there for 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, like we'll work on it next week. And I'm just like, but I mean, I'm not complaining though because I love staying busy. So that's kind of cool.
I get you.
Yeah.
Especially, I've been doing more and more gym. We have a story. I have a story later. I'll tell you about.
Oh, about you have a gym story?
Not a gym story, but like a health story. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Because I was like, if you have a gym story, I'll tell you an embarrassing gym story. Actually, no, that's a good question. We'll save it to
Well,
the
save
episode.
that to the end. Funny or
Okay.
embarrassing gym stories.
But before we start, you know, I do want to say because you always usually like surprise me with like a gift or anything like that, this whole time. So I was like, I return the favor. So I went and went shopping for you, and I was like, what is Kareem 2 favorite things in the world? And I know he always talked about how you always want to be in the army, and it was like army this, army
Nope.
that. Like you're in love with GI Joe, and I was like, dude, you're weird. But anyways, you know how like you got denied
Isn't
from the
G.I.
army.
Joe a woman? A bald woman?
I don't know,
I
to be
don't
honest with
know.
you, because you always talk about it, and I usually just like space out and ignore you. But and I felt bad that you couldn't go to the army because you have the toe issue thing because your toe is crooked. And anyways, I don't want to get too deep.
Dude, I have a
about your
long list of real injuries you could have listed, and you chose a fake crooked toe.
Okay, you want to say fake because of the podcast? It is what it is, bro. And I was like, the second thing that you like was that shitty team, the Los Angeles Lakers. So I was like, if I can just combine it together and find you a gift.
Here we go.
So I got you something. So I found it in 3XL, which is gonna be a little tight on you, but
All right. Yeah, I need
Yeah,
something to
saying-
lift the tits, right?
so it is Cameo. It's called Cameo, right?
Camo. Just camo.
Okay, well, Camo Los Angeles Lakers. Hope you like it. You deserve it.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah,
I like that shit.
Yeah, might be a little bit tight on you, but
Probably will. I think actually.
hopefully it
give this
motivates you to lose
I think
weight.
as an XL, give this in the wash. It'll shrink a little bit. Oh, look at you balling. Official NBA merch. That shit ain't cheap.
Hey man. I was shot. You know what I'm saying? The boy
Right.
deserves it. The boy deserves it.
I'll wear this and put it on like a story or
All right,
something.
pleasure it. I was about to say, don't leave me hanging, my boy. Don't leave me
Appreciate you.
hanging.
Oh shit. You know what is this?
I'm sponsored by them, so don't even talk.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I am.
Dude,
Yes, I am.
don't say shit like this because then YouTube's gonna be like, oh, sponsored content. You don't have don't say
sponsored by
shit
them.
like this. You're
Yes,
not
I am.
sponsored by anything.
Look at what I'm wearing. Look at the merch
I
I'm wearing.
promise you he's lying. I
Look at the-
promise you
look
he's
at the
lying.
merch I'm
YouTube.
wearing.
Stop it. Stop
Look at
it.
the merch I'm wearing. This is not sponsored.
No, it's not sponsored.
Yes, 100% sponsored. He's just
Bro, we're
hating.
doing something nice for Fred.
He's hating. Your boy's sponsored. Look at the merch.
He's not sponsored.
Bucket hat. Your boy's
YouTube, ignore this. He's just being a dickhead. Anyway, move on.
Jealousy is envy, bro.
Move on. Right?
Oh,
The fucking
just kidding.
sub. I know
Okay,
you have
okay.
wanted to talk about this
I
all
know,
week.
bro. The submarine, bro. That's you know what's crazy? Because like I saw a post about it,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, that and I'm actually seeing videos of the submarine, like before, because it's another topic, but I didn't expect it to blow up this much, where it starts trending on Twitter and people could be invested in it. Now, it's fucked up. People did lose their life, but it did come out with the best memes ever. The memes are just being elite right now.
The Titanic Ghost ones are some of my
The
favorite.
Titanic Ghost one's crazy. Speaking one of that, the comments have been brutal as well because one of the millionaires that was on the boat apparently his wife's grandparents or great grandparents were on the Titanic. So some guy comments and he goes, "Wow, now he's stuck with the in-laws," and I fucking died on
What
that
goes
shit.
around comes
Yeah,
around.
it comes around, go around. Another one was Dom Toretto from Fast and the Furious.
I didn't
His
see that
He's
one.
like driving with the air tank, and he's like family.
One of my favorite ones was the one said, "Oh, this shit happened on Juneteenth. They back with the
The
ancestors now."
Back to the Ancestors one. That
That's
I
fucked
seen
up.
that was hilarious. There was one, the one I posted. I was like, oh, she hasn't texted me back. She
Uh,
must be in that submarine. So I mean, it's fucked up, but I'll tell you why it kind of a little bit bothered because this is how fucked up the world is. Is that when they heard the submarine was, they need help,
oh,
all these type of countries send their best,
they ignored them immigrant people.
the Coast Guard and everything. And at the same time, there was an immigrant boat with like how many people was it?
750. 80 of them
750.
died.
It
500 are missing as of like maybe yesterday when I saw this. Something
and
like
no
that.
help, zero help. The government was like, we need to tighten our borders. And it's like, yo, fuck you.
Tighten your borders. Nigga, they're
Like
not getting in. The boat flipped.
literally, like there 5
That's
millionaires.
fucked up.
You send your best. There's 750 people trying to risk their life to have their better life. They're risking it by going on that boat, and they know it's a risk. And no help, no Coast
Bro.
Guard, nothing. They'd be like, oh, it's like fuck you, man.
When my family was in Sudan, like the French government did the bare minimum to come get their asses out because they're
Dude,
French citizens. Like they got they did they took forever. Then the convoy got shot on the first
and I
day.
think
My parents ended up my mother and my sister just ended up going to
yeah,
like
and I
getting
think
their own
that's why
private
because
bus.
people were there's some people like, oh, why are you guys posting these memes? Like, is people life on danger? And it's like they
I
chose.
I told you
They
this.
paid $250,000 to go
They
to
did,
get
but
in
I
a
chose.
broken ass machine.
I told you this. The only person I truly, truly felt bad for,
The
the owner,
19-year-old.
was the 19-year-old because
19-year-old, yeah.
he's a victim. And I even put this on, like,
Yeah.
he's a victim of his dad's weird hobby.
Yeah,
What 19-year-old is like, yeah, dad, let me go see the fucking Titanic. Like,
he wasn't
especially a
even.
rich 19-year-old. He's trying to go with his friends. Like,
Yeah,
it's summer vacation. Nobody wants to do this.
yeah. Like, there's no need for that. I mean,
And it's
and
like
also
he dragged him onto that thing to
he
die
wasn't
with him.
even
Like, what the
born.
fuck?
Like, obviously, like the only reason the Titanic is famous because of the movie. Obviously,
He's 19. He wasn't even around when the movie came out.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
didn't even
because
experience
like
the
for our
hype.
generation, like we only know the Titanic because of the movie.
Yeah, we experienced the
N-
hype of when it
I
came
never
out.
met
He didn't do that.
I never met anybody who's like, oh, I know the Titanic because I read a book. No, we all know because of the fucking movie. Just say it. So like, for me personally, like,
It just didn't make sense.
it's a little on and off where I'd be like, in our generation, like, okay, I get it. Maybe he's like, fuck it, I want to see the Titanic. But this 19-year-old doesn't know shit.
Do you know?
And he's like, I don't know, man.
It's
It's a
such a
sticky
fucked up.
situation.
I'm glad they didn't suffocate. This is gonna be again weird, fucked up, and like, I'm glad they didn't suffocate to death because that's fucked up. Like 96 hours worth of oxygen, you gotta sit there panicking, and it probably burned the fuel, the oxygen sooner because they're probably heart rates up. They're all scared. They're not.
Yeah.
It's not lasting the full 96.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like, you know what? At least they went quick, and people don't really understand like the complexity of how it is like to make a submarine and actually be underwater versus like going into space. You know, I told you I would try to. Let's call this tech because I'm not going to say anything later.
Okay.
Like when you're right now, we're what's called atmospheric pressure, right?
Okay.
We have the weight of the air in the atmosphere like
Yep.
on us. That's like equivalent to 15 pounds,
Mhm.
right, per square inch, 14.6 something.
Okay, you lost me, but go ahead.
You start going underwater, you have that plus the weight of all
Pressure.
the water underneath creating that
Yeah,
pressure.
Yeah.
So as soon as something like gets a little creak into the hull, boom, smushed beer can, instant.
Yeah.
They're going. It's pretty fucking hard. Going into space is actually easier for you, right? You can go up and
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
like easier on your body. I mean, like also it's controlled combustion, so it's much harder. This is why people don't do this so frequently.
Well, that had to happen in the beginning of the first day, right?
Not necessarily.
Because it takes 3 hours from the boat all the way down to where the Titanic is. So for them to be able to unfortunately to dissolve, it had to happen during the beginning of the stages.
It would have to probably be when they got peak down, like when they were really down.
That's
down.
what I'm saying. Like, but in the beginning, it wasn't like they got down, they did a tour, and next thing you know.
It might have happened on the tour. It might have happened coming up at the end. Like who knows?
Oh, I see. Because it could have came up at the end.
You know, it
as
could have
well.
happened at any point. It could have happened at the
Yeah.
beginning of the tour, middle, end. Like I don't know where the
Yeah,
tour
but I don't
thing
think.
takes
But I
you.
don't think it happened while they went to search. Like
It
obviously-
might have happened as a defect. It might have as they were. It might have been as they were going
Okay, but
down.
that's what I'm
They
saying.
didn't seal
It's-
it properly. So
it's-
when it happened, they don't know.
Okay, but it's fair to say that it's impossible that they're alive when they start looking for them. It's impossible. Because it make no sense.
Improbable.
No, because the thing is
Remember
that
the banging? They didn't really. What was that banging?
that's
So
what I
I'm
was getting
like, was
into.
it? Did it happen at the beginning while they were looking for
No,
them, or
because it made no sense to me because there's no point of them to if they were still doing the tour, like it just doesn't make sense. Like no, it just doesn't make sense to me because it's like what was the banging that they were saying that they were listening to every 30 minutes?
it had to be at the begin? It had to be somewhere like around the middle or the middle of the
Yeah.
tour, right?
And maybe they went to search them because maybe they saw something that they were not supposed to be, and then they were
So
trying to make sure that they're
oh,
surviving.
also it all depends on. It also all depends on when the sonar, where the sonars were placed, and when it was taken, because sonar it's off of sound, right? So
Yeah,
the sound
yeah.
has to go bounce there and bounce back, right? And that's around like 700 and
By the way,
something
what a genius
miles an
invention,
hour.
by the way, too.
Sonar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was like learning about it, I saw it, I was like, wow, that's actually very fucking smart.
Hmm. It is pretty fucking
But what
cool.
it was that banging, son? Because I don't think it was a submarine.
It was saying clunk, clunk, clunk.
What's
So they found the cone, right?
yes?
It could be bits of metal clinking during. It could have been bits of metal clinking, floating around, like moving around. It could
Yeah.
have been metal from other ships. Could be in like an anchor from another ship. So like, there's a lot of things that could be like clinking. Except they were saying there was a Some were saying there was a pattern. Some were saying wasn't. All sorts of conspiracies. But it might have happened while they were trying to. They might have imploded while they were like looking for them.
But the
My
thing is,
guess is.
yeah, go for it.
Some. Sorry. No, no, no. Go, go, go.
No, no, you
Go,
go,
go.
go,
Say,
go.
say.
Because no, because I'm sitting there and everybody's like, bro, even if I wanted to see that Titanic,
Mm-hmm.
just common sense. Why are you looking at that machine? You're like, this is fucking stupid.
It's not that cool.
That's what I'm saying. If
It's
I'm
not
paying
that cool.
$250,000, it better be a luxury ride where I get a seat with cushioning. It looked like a box, and you cramped up. There's no space, and you can't even have food. You can only have water. How is that like? Oh, this is gonna be lit because at least like when that guy that the CEO that made that shuttle where you can go to space and it's like
Mm-hmm.
it fits 5 people. At least it looks nice and luxury. I know space is a little bit different, but look, you can look at like
You can look at it.
yeah, this looks like I made it with spare parts.
Hence, it's hard to make a
And
glass
it was
strong enough to withstand that kind of pressure.
and it was a fucking Sega remote control. Like that's what you come up with.
Hey, Logitech. Logitech. It's not Sega. It was a
It
Logitech
was a
control.
Logitech.
Somebody went
Yeah.
to Best Buy and was like, "This will work."
Fuck y'all talking
Amazon
about?
order 14 Logitech.
Yeah. But there is a conspiracy of how everything started. But go ahead,
No,
say
no.
what you
Finish your
want.
conspiracy because I'm going to tell you what I think later. But what's the
Okay.
conspiracy?
So
I
there's a
haven't heard the
conspiracy. There's a
conspiracies.
conspiracy not on the machine. It was on the Titanic. So when they actually found the Titanic, this is the conspiracy. So don't fucking be like, oh, no, blah, blah, blah. The conspiracy is they actually, whenever we're looking for Titanic, there was actually 2 missing submarines with nuclear weapons that the U.S. lost. So they didn't want to let the people know that they're searching for it, especially the Russians, because if they found it, they would have found the submarines. But they gave them they gave them a deal where the submarines were missing, and they ended up actually finding them, the whole team, and then the government gave them 12 free hours to use the machines to find the Titanic, in which they found it. So they were saying that Titanic was found on like a side
By
mission.
accident.
Not by accident. They knew that it was gonna be there, but they needed the equipment and then the funding. So the government's like, well, find these two. You can use them. You can use those same machines to find the Titanic. And they found it 12 hours later after they found the submarines with a nuclear weapon.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah. And what's crazy is that the director, what's his name?
James Cameron?
James Cameron. He actually went on the submarine and saw the Titanic.
The South Park episode.
No, listen. He actually did see the Titanic, whatever. Do you know what day that was? There's a whole documentary on
9/11?
it.
I don't know.
So
All conspiracies revolve around 9/11.
So obviously you know how it is. What is it, like 3 hours deep?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It takes like hours. He saw the Titanic, everything. They pull him up. They get out of the thing, and then he looks at the boat crew, and they're all stunned. Right? He thinks like, oh wow, because we found the Titanic. They're like, hey man, two airplanes hit the tower. He was looking at the Titanic on September.
So it was on 9/11.
It was on 9/11.
Oh my god.
How crazy that
I knew
is.
all conspiracies revolved. Remember the South Park episode?
No, I didn't see that one.
His name is James Cameron. So I guess society was the societal bar had been lowered. So James Cameron gets in a machine like a submarine and goes underneath to try to lift the bar.
Yeah,
But he has a whole theme song about him being under there, and
he's crazy. But the fact also that we have never just we barely even touched a percentage of the ocean is scary. What's scarier? Do you think the outside space world or underwater?
I think space has more answers, but also easier.
That's fair, kind of
It
to
is
say.
easier. Think about going into space, like going into, you need to make materials that are strong, and the deeper you want to go, you have to make materials that are strong enough to go there. Like they're just, the risk and cost is like astronomical. And then the parts that move, that propel the submarine, have to be able to withstand that pressure and move. Like it's a never ending like issue.
Yeah. What would you? What if you had to choose one to
Space,
discover with all the funding, no everything? Would you do space or water?
space, easy,
Space.
space, easy. You know,
Yeah, I'd
I'm a
probably pick
physics nerd.
space
I
too.
love just,
Yeah, I'd probably
I
pick
just
space
can't
too.
imagine being in the emptiness. Also, I hear it's really good, that decompression of the spine when you're in zero gravity.
Oh yeah.
I hear that
Well,
crack.
and you age differently too.
Depending on, well, because of time dilation.
Yeah.
Because of time dilation, yeah. Because time is relative. Time moves faster, closer to the
Okay.
gravitational
You
source.
lost me right there. With all
Anywho,
that
but
bullshit you
wait,
just said.
let me tell you my theory
Yeah.
of how it happened.
Go
Right,
for it.
I feel like, so the submarine people, they went on their trip, they're down, they're doing their trip. Something happens where they lost power, lost propulsion.
Yeah.
Right,
They're out of batteries.
then
They don't
they're
have
out of
control.
batteries.
It's fucked up.
Now, as they're trying to do that, they're banging, 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 banging. Right, and that's where we're picking up the sonar, because they have no power. Ocean currents are moving them around, which, by the way, underwater currents are, you feel those more than up the top. So underwater currents was moving them around. They knocked on a rock. They knocked on something. Next thing you know, the thing imploded while they were looking for them, because they have no propulsion and they're at the mercy of the oceans. So I don't think the implosion killed them immediately. I think they lost power first.
Yeah.
That banging was probably them. And in the process, while we were looking for them, that thing, ocean currents, is moving them niggas around. They hit part of a
Oh man,
ship,
that's tough.
part
That's
of
tough.
rock, coral reef, something. That shit implodes. Boom, they're all gone. And then the tail cone like floats up to the top, and that's when
I
they
feel
catch.
like
That's when they find
I
them.
feel like the more the days go by, there's gonna be more information about the certain people that were on that boat, you know, and we'll see how it plays out.
Those wives, those billionaire wives, is having a good time. They're like, they're giving
Nah,
the
it's fucked up. That's
pass me,
tough.
pass me
No,
the
but
Gucci.
you know what? The government deserved, because now everything, the whole thing costs about $6 million for the rescue mission, and who are they gonna charge? Who are they
The
gonna?
billionaire, the owner, the billionaire owner of the company.
The company is bankrupt. It's bankrupt. There's
Yeah,
no
they say
money in
that
it.
now. They're not bankrupt. You know how rich people love to move money
They're
around under
bankrupt,
legalities.
bro.
They're not actually
Good
bankrupt.
luck trying to get that money, and you guys deserve it. Fuck you,
Get it from
because there's
somebody.
750 people are missing, and you guys decided to go help
Go
them.
to them wives and be like, so the five of you, whoever your next of kin is, y'all need to split this shit equally.
Did you see one of the
Just like
billionaires?
they charge us for ambulances and shit. I have to
Yeah.
pay $700 for a 2 mile ambulance ride.
Did you see one of the billionaires on that boat? His stepson was at a Blink 182 concert while the rescue mission went.
Oh my
And he
god.
goes, no, but they interviewed him, and he's like, dude, he's like, I have $100 to my name. Like, I'm not rich. I'm his stepson. Like, I don't. He's
I
like, what do you
don't
want me to
have
do? Stay
shit.
home and cry?
Oh, he's the stepson with only $100. He already didn't like him. He
Exactly.
already didn't like. It's like, I don't.
He's like, hey
care.
man, your stepdad is in the submarine mission. He goes, yeah, but Blink 182 is about to perform. He's like, they're about to go on right now. He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Dude, I'm terrified of the idea of having a step parent. That would enrage me. I will go turn from 30 years old into an angry 15-year-old overnight.
I would,
All right, let's move on.
yeah, I would
I
never.
don't want to hear about these fuckers no more. Oh well,
Oh, yeah,
you know, fuck them.
yo. What you got next?
Let's do the NBA because I want to talk about.
Okay,
Um,
go for
so
it.
the draft was yesterday, right? Wemby went first. I'm only gonna do Brandon Miller went second, and then Scoot went third, right?
Yeah.
Weird that like MJ's last pick was Brandon Miller. Like that was Michael Jordan's last pick for the Charlotte Hornets. He's always had a reputation of making terrible decisions, and this is probably going to be like another one of those.
Yeah, but he sold his stake in the Charlottes.
Well, the deal hasn't gone through, so he's still there.
It is gonna go through.
Like, well, it hasn't finished yet. Like, you're still in the process. You still haven't lost your title. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that was the last pick in the MJ era for Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just because he sold his majority stake doesn't mean he still doesn't have shares in Charlotte.
He will have shares, but I don't. But his opinion won't be like.
So I know well. He's a
What does it
minority
say? Like his
minority
word is-
shareholder.
Yeah. Isn't the majority shareholder?
He's a black shareholder called a minority shareholder.
Yeah, but he took the team from what, like 100 million to $1 billion now.
3. I think his shares alone are worth like 3.
3 billion point. Like that's gonna like affect his whatever.
Yeah. Hey, you know, good for them
Or
just having
unless
Michael's
that
name.
man still has a gambling problem and he needs
Right.
that, which I won't be surprised.
Hey, the stock market is high stakes gambling, isn't it?
Not even, I'm not talking
Not
about stock
even-
market. This guy,
I know he likes to gamble.
like, on crazy shit. Like He'll when he plays golf, he'll gamble like 100K on each hole. Like think about that.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was paying off a bookie?
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
But
He's crazy.
so yeah, the draft was pretty predictable.
Yeah, go
Nothing
for it.
really, Wemby came first. Oh well, the Spurs are gonna be nice. Now the shit that happened was the trades. Like free agency doesn't start till
Don't
not
fuck.
the
I
next
fucking hate this
Friday.
shit.
Free agency starts next Friday.
Yeah.
But the trades, okay, I know who I have my list. Who do you think won free agency between Boston, Phoenix, um, uh,
DC so far.
what's the other one? Wait, Memphis and Warriors.
DC won so far. Because DC got Jordan Poole and other round draft picks for fucking CP. Because Jordan Poole, I'm not gonna lie to you,
He's with the Warriors now.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like DC so far got a good pick because they got Jordan Poole and they got rid of CP, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck our Warriors are gonna do with Chris Paul.
But they lost Bradley Beal for pennies, for nothing. Like barely
Crazy.
anything trade.
Crazy.
Like they're definitely in
But
a rebuild
it
era.
did open the cap space for the Warriors, and then they're looking into getting Middleton now from the Bucks,
Chris Middleton.
which is a good pick.
I don't think he would go anywhere though.
But the thing is that, bro, Jordan Poole is not that bad. I think it just had a one bad season. Maybe they're picking Green over Poole because Green is probably gonna re-sign now since Poole's gone, and that did affect the team.
He was going to re-sign anyway. They just didn't want to pay.
I mean,
if they hadn't gotten rid of Poole, Draymond would have just opted into his 27
Yeah,
and called
but
it a
also
day. Now he
Draymond-
can renegotiate and try to get a little bit more money.
yeah, but also Draymond always talked about how he wants to play with his king.
No, he's not going to do that.
Fucking dummy.
Draymond's legacy. Draymond's one of those players where you don't have an MVP, you don't have a Finals MVP, all that stuff. Your legacy is your loyalty and success with one team, like Udonis Haslam. The LeBrons, the Kobes, the Michael Jordans, they can bounce around teams because they have so many individual accolades that it doesn't,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
doesn't
or
affect
like,
them.
or maybe Warriors just did this to have more cap space, and then some magic, and then they just sign Giannis, bro.
So, no. Here are
I would literally cry.
If the Warriors sign Giannis,
Like somehow, some way.
imagine like the Lakers trade AD for Giannis. You
No,
would
no,
die.
no, no,
You
no,
would
no,
die.
No, I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking livid.
You would live it.
No, I think Giannis will go to the Warriors.
He
I mean, like if he had to choose, right?
Giannis is too
in
loyal.
some
and
fantasy world that we live in, and he wants to leave the
he
Milwaukee
has no
Bucks.
reason to be pissed with the Bucks. He has no.
That's what I'm
He's
saying,
won
that's
a
what I'm saying.
championship, multiple.
No,
he
like
has
he's a
no reason to
franchise
go.
player. Like I'm saying, like if some magic way he just woke up one day and was like, "Let me pick a team," for sure he'll pick the Warriors over the Lakers.
Yeah, the Bucks have to fuck up to really get rid for Giannis to leave.
Yeah.
But these are my picks on the winners, right? So we have Memphis. Memphis got. They did a multiple team trade. Memphis ended up with Marcus Smart.
Yep.
Kristaps Porzingis is in Boston. CP3 we know is with the Warriors, and Bradley Beal is with Phoenix. So I'm going to rank them in order of what I think the teams that won out. So Memphis first.
Phoenix.
Shut up. Memphis first.
Phoenix.
Boston second.
No way.
Yes. Let me finish. I'll explain why. Boston second, then Phoenix. No, then the Warriors, then Phoenix. The Warriors, then Phoenix. Then and I'll explain why. Phoenix is dead last in terms of benefited from these trades, and I'll tell you why. Do you want to hear my opinion? Do you want to keep flapping your lips?
Go ahead.
Right. Firstly, what have I told you all the time about Memphis? Right. They lost Dylan Brooks, who was just a defensive player who couldn't shoot. They gained Marcus Smart, who was a defensive player of the year, like not even like either the year before last season, right?
Yeah.
Defensive player of the year, and he can score. Right. So you've replaced Dylan Brooks for something better.
Something that what Dylan Brooks should be doing.
He's there for 3 years. His contract has 3 more years on it, and it's cheap. Right. So on top of it, you didn't lose cap space. You didn't do none of that. So you got something really, and he's like a leader. Like all the players have always spoke about, like the heart of that Boston locker room is Marcus Smart. Yeah. He's mature. He may be young in body, but he's old in heart and mind.
Yep.
He's exactly what a young dumb team like Memphis needed. Right. Boston, right? What have I said about Boston? They're small as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? Kristaps Porzingis had his best year defensively last year and offensively last year.
Yep.
And he played 65 games.
That's
so I know
player.
we've talked about like him being like not healthy, whatever. They needed a big man.
Yeah.
A big man to make scoring easier. Boston's best 3 players were like all guards. There was a team of all guards. Now they have a real serious big man, right? Somebody who can score. Right? Somebody who can score. Somebody who can make Marcus, what's his name? Jason Tatum's life easier. What's homeboy the other one? Jaylen Brown's life easier. Right. So now that's relieved a lot of pressure from Boston. I think they've gotten a lot better. right? Cap space. They haven't again sacrificed cap space. They still have
They still have time to play
they
around.
still have time to play. Now, why I put Warriors? The Warriors got better because they got rid of somebody who was half in there, right? So the culture in the team locker room has gotten
Which is
better.
very big for the
Yeah,
Warriors.
which is
They're
very big.
very big.
Culture, team culture is a huge thing,
Mm.
right? Now they have a nicer bench, a good playmaker on bench. What's his name? Chef Steph can actually rest, right?
Yeah.
He can actually rest because there was a statistic that saw on ESPN,
Okay.
like scoring, they're like 113 with Steph, then all the way down to 89 without him. So you
Yeah.
lose Steph, it makes a huge difference on that team,
Mm-hmm.
right? And again, also another leader. You do get Scott Foster, up your ass now, but hey.
I wonder
Now
how there's relationship going to be with Chris Paul, Draymond, and Chris Paul.
I think they're cool.
I don't know about
I think they're cool.
but also like too much ego.
That's true, but not. I think Chris is Chris is
Because if you think
humble enough
about
at
it
this
this
point.
way, I don't like Chris Paul at all. I hate Chris Paul, and Chris Paul has this ego like for some reason. But like, hey, you're playing with people that won rings, so you can't sit here and be like, I know better. You don't know better.
But that's why I said off the bench.
Off the fucking bench, and it's yes sir, no sir when Steph Curry talks. That's it.
All right, so I don't know, yes sir, no sir,
Yes,
but
yes sir,
just
no
keep his
sir.
mouth shut.
Nope. Yes sir, no
Steph
sir.
is also a nice, humble guy. He makes it very super hard to
No,
hate him. You can't. It's hard to hate.
It's hard
Steph.
to hate Steph, but also, do you remember what happened this season as well when he played the Suns and he looked at Chris Paul and he's like, "This is not 2012 no more," or some shit like that. Like he told him like,
Some shit.
"Yeah," he's like, "Hey,
It is what it is.
I'm much better than you."
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what's gonna happen?
And worst case scenario, trade him for somebody else
They
and get
will. I
something
hope
like.
so. I hope so. I hope as soon as Chris Paul
Well,
lands,
they
it,
won't because they asked the team and they said they have no intention. They publicly said that we have no intention of
yeah, but
trading
that's cap.
Chris
That's
Paul.
cap. That's cap. That's cap.
From organizations like if you could expect that kind of cap from like Houston or bullshit organizations, but when you're a big organization like
That's cap.
Warriors, you can't do that shit. They said they have no intention of trading him. And lastly, Phoenix. I'm gonna tell you why Phoenix. Phoenix lost even more depth. They got worse defensively to get Bradley Beal, and you have three.
I think that was a good pick.
You have three I'm the man type of guys on your team. Who's your closer? Who's top dog now? You have three crazy egos who are offensive like heads. Like who's your go-to dude?
I think for these guys because they really want to win one, they will put all their egos to the side.
Nick,
And
please.
I'm telling you, because now they got KD from the beginning. It's not in the middle of the season. Everybody's gonna remain healthy. They're gonna build that relationship. I feel like they're gonna put everything to the side and make this fucking work. KD is gonna get Aiden on check. Booker is gonna be always balling.
KD's not keeping anybody on check. That's
Yes, he
not
will.
KD's job.
That's
KD do not check nobody. Right? That's
He's
not
a-
his.
He's a
That's
great
not
leader.
his role.
KD's a great leader. Does not
So
hate on KD,
Phoenix
bro.
just literally went. Even if you could say they didn't get worse, they didn't get better. They probably just went in a different. They went in a circle. They just changed the team, but they didn't get worse. They didn't get better, and that's why I put like
I don't know.
Memphis number one in terms of they made the biggest. It
Well, it's
benefited
not over
them.
yet.
Yeah, It's not over yet. Free agency will start next Friday.
Yeah.
So a week from today, and then we'll start seeing who's re-signing, where's Harden going, all that sort of shit.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, I definitely let me know if you agree or disagree with my picks of who got better and why. Yeah, that's
fair.
What did you do for entertainment? I was just watching throwbacks. I was watching Bernie Mac show because that red pill blue pill conversation from last week. Like
No, I
had
started
me-
watching this Korean show on Netflix called Bloodhound. It just came out. It's really, really good. It's about how South Korea got affected with COVID, and small businesses were affected obviously, and
Mhm.
all of them were in debt, for the banks to make rent and all this stuff. And what happened is that I'll just say the basic of the first episode. So this he's a amateur boxing fighter, and his mom owns a cafe, and he's always boxing to make the money so they can pay off their just survive pretty
Mhm.
much. But then there's a thing called loan sharks where they go into small businesses say, hey, we'll offer you a loan to pay off your debt, but we'll offer you a lower interest rate, and obviously everybody ends up taking it. But then on the bottom line it says they have to pay 20% in 24 hours, and if they don't, the loan doubles, interest doubles, and all this. It's called loan sharks.
Yeah.
And his mom ended up falling for the scam. They end up getting jumped, and he ended up getting like hurt. And then he goes on this thing where he ends up getting a job where they go against them, and he just goes on this route of trying to like protect people, and it's really really good. But you learn about business wise about how people can scam people, and it's a really really good show. But it's in Korean.
Okay. Oh, speaking of which, Squid Game season 2, I think they're working on it.
Yes. Well, there's two ones that are coming out. There's the series, the one that
And then
everybody
there's
fell in love
Squid
with it,
Games 2.
and there's once no. So there's Squid Games, like the show, the season 2,
Mm-hmm.
with they added new actors. And there's another Squid Games where it's actually real life people, a reality show with the same games.
Oh no, fuck that.
Because the reason why I knew that because last year I auditioned for it. Yeah, so I did the auditions for Squid Games last year, and they ask you where you're from, your height, everything. Why do you think you should be in a competition? Which country you want to represent?
They asked your height.
Everything, everything.
Damn.
I had to send pictures. I have to send videos. Um, Pretty much because what it is that it's gonna be everybody around the world competing for the Squid Games. There's a cash prize at the end.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. You can't. I'm not selling myself.
I mean, I wasn't mad that I didn't get picked, but I
I'm
mean,
not for
like,
sale.
I wasn't mad that I didn't get picked, but it was kind of cool to audition for it.
Yeah, I couldn't do something like that because you couldn't
So
pay
there's
me
two
enough.
different seasons. There's the one that the season 2 for the show to continue, and there's one that's actually a real competition. Obviously, you're not gonna die, but it's people around the world competing in there.
If I was a criminal, I would do one like where people actually died.
Okay, you're fucking weird, bro.
If I had enough money and power, I'd be like,
You're
we're
fucking
going to
crazy.
international waters, and
That is crazy.
I'm
son.
taking the worst of the worst. I'm taking
That
like
is
death row niggas.
Crazy, son.
I'm taking death row
So-
niggas, and I'm making them literally fight for their
So you're
life.
saying, yeah, like fight for life for money? That's crazy. Where the fuck do I sign up, son? Where the fuck do I'm killing everybody.
Not don't worry, I'm rigging it. I'm getting you a bunch of sickle cell people and all sorts of shit, and then putting Issam in the middle and be like,
But-
winner wins $100 million.
But it's gonna be hard though because like sometimes like when the show blows up like that after season 1, season 2 might be shitty because
Mhm.
it took him 10 years to write the whole season 1. You're aware of that, right?
Did it take him 10 years to write it or 10 years to get greenlit for
like
it?
everything for it because he kept rewriting everything because how it's so detailed, it is crazy. Like even what's it called though?
I thought it was nice.
Because obviously you've seen we all everybody's seen Squid Games. If you didn't, what the fuck do you haven't now?
Right. It's like
But-
10 episodes, isn't it?
Yeah, but that guy that's the Indian guy.
Oh,
okay,
he's
so-
Pakistani.
Pakistani.
Oh,
So
I
you
felt
know
bad
how,
for him.
yeah. So you know how he, on the show he's Pakistani and he's Muslim. His number that he had for the competition is the same. If you take that number and go to the Quran, that scripture, it talks about betrayal. Like that's how detailed
Damn.
the writer is. You see what I'm saying? That's why I was like, this man is a genius. And then the fact is, like, some people should not like when they were saying that when he showed the first episode to different companies are like, oh, that nobody will watch this. Every company that had a chance to take over Squid Games and they denied it, fire the whole squad, rehire
Really?
because everybody was like, nobody's gonna watch
Did
this.
they really do that?
Yeah, though, like nobody. He said that he went to different. And they're like, nobody's gonna watch this. This
They're
is
like,
dumb.
did they pitch this to you and you said no? They're like, yes. Get out the fuck out of here.
At 100%. If I was a CEO and I found out that was on the books and somebody looked at it is like not it, I'd be like, go.
Well, hindsight
have a-
is also 20. I feel like that's not fair. Hindsight is 2020.
I'd be like, have a good fucking day.
Like hindsight is 2020. I feel like that's also not fair. Because you might have had some other shit that you thought was really fucking dope on the side too. Like,
Bro, there's a
who
lot of
knows?
stupid ass
You might have
shows.
like a budget.
That's why Netflix is golden on that because Squid Game saved Netflix.
I feel like Netflix is one of those like discovery, like where you discover shows. I don't think you discover shows on Hulu like you discover shows on Netflix.
Yeah,
Hulu
no.
might have a lot of nice shows that
But
you love and stuff.
but you know what's
I
coming
don't-
up with a lot of good shows and movies? Apple.
Oh yeah, I've heard Apple TV is elite.
Apple TV, they having some sick shows.
What's Succession? The Succession is supposed to
Succession,
be a good one.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso is supposed to be a good one. I've never seen these because I don't have Apple
Ted
TV.
Lasso is amazing.
What's the one with homeboy from Harry Potter? The one where
I didn't know.
There's one where the Rupert Grint in it, I think, and
Yeah,
homeboy
no.
from Harry Potter. The Servant. The Servant I heard is really
know if I
fucking
saw the
good. I've
trailer
listened
for
to
that.
like 3 podcasts that rave about the show.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
But anywho,
Yeah. I would love to be on a Netflix show.
what would it be about? Would you just be a reality show?
No,
I
like,
could never
no,
be.
like
You
a
can't
series,
pay
like
me
a
to be on a
series,
reality
like a series,
show.
like a series, like an action or a comedy, whatever. I would love to be on that.
Not for me. Well,
Really?
I could.
No,
I could.
I'm
it'd have to be serious. I couldn't do a
yeah,
comedy.
that's what I'm saying. I would love to be in a series show where it's only on Netflix, but only like a certain group like loves it. Does that make sense? Like it's like a
niche.
a hidden gem.
A niche.
Yeah. I would love to be in that. Even if it goes 1 season, 2 season, I'll just love to be in there. Be like, hey man,
Give me something dark. I would do something dark. Give me something
no,
like a John Wick, like what's that serial killer dude where Evan Peters played him?
I don't watch
What's his
serial.
name? What's his fucking name,
Oh, that's gonna
bro?
piss you off. That's gonna piss you off.
It's one of those things that it just came
I get it. I
out.
get
The
it. I
fucking
get it.
serial killer from Milwaukee, bro. He played by Evan Peters. It was on Netflix all over.
Fuck do I?
Dahmer, yeah, give me something like
John
Dahmer. Like I'll
Dahmer.
do something dark. Don't give me funny haha. I don't want to see that shit.
Nah, I don't like. I don't like that
Don't
shit.
give me funny haha. Give me something dark. I'll do that.
I don't like that demon shit.
Yeah. Anywho, so I guess you guys liked the Reddit stories because people were
the Reddit stories have
DMing
been
me.
elite. Yeah, so let me see.
So
what
I
you
did
got.
something. I found 3. They're
If-
shorter.
I'm learning you right now. If it's not funny, I'm skipping.
Well, I don't know. I only read the heading, right? And I didn't read the rest of it.
Okay,
but
go
I
for
just
it.
saw that they were short.
Go for
So this one says, "Am I the asshole for buying my husband fries?" And it says, "I, 28 male." Oh, and my husband also 28 male. That's a new one.
Okay.
Went to a local burger place this weekend for lunch after running errands. He didn't want any fries, just a cheeseburger and a milkshake. I got a combo meal with fries and soda. Nigga, stop texting. I ask him if he's sure, and he says yes. We order, I pay, we sit down. Once we're called up for our food, and I come back with it, he almost instantly grabs one of my fries. I told him to knock it off, and he kept taking fries and telling me he was only taking a few.
Yeah, that's haram.
Shut the fuck up.
Haram.
That's what's okay. I get fed up. Went up and paid for a small fry for him and sat back down. Now that was petty. This was all done pretty abruptly and in silence. He muttered Jesus and asked me why I couldn't have just shared. I told him because I wanted the amount of fries in a large fry, and he insisted it was fine
Okay,
because
fat ass.
he was only taking a couple, but I knew from past experience, 50-50, he'd clear half my plate. I didn't talk to him the entire car ride home, and now he's even
Okay,
angrier at me for giving him cold shoulder. Am I
Okay.
so first of all, we know who's the bottom.
First of all, no, we're not even gonna get in detail to that. If you really just that pissed you off, first of all, if you
It's
knew
fucking
if you
fries.
knew your partner, you should know that it will say no, but they always gonna want it. So just buy a fucking fries. And then if he doesn't want to eat the fries, now you double them out, you fat fuck. If
So-
you're gonna be mad if somebody else is gonna touch your fries, this is the dumbest shit.
It's 2 young gay dudes. I can't imagine
if
any of
I'm
them being
like,
fat.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter where you are. I mean,
It
love
does
is
matter.
love. But
If you're overweight, you should share.
exactly. But the thing is, though, this fly is
do, you're right.
like. Anyway, this is what I'm saying. You should know your partner. Like if when I'm in a relationship, I would know like, hey, if there's gonna be one fries, but she's gonna just munch on it, cool, just get double, dude. It doesn't hurt.
You're
Like,
not
just
the
know it.
asshole. I don't think this person's the asshole. Not the asshole.
No,
Dude,
I think the
just
person is. I think the person is a fat fuck if he's really pissed
think
off
that-
about some fries.
You think the guy who's, I don't give a shit if you're fat or not, but the guy who's
Saying no,
taking
but
the
they still did it.
fries, the guy who's taking the fries is not the asshole.
I think both are just fucking dumb.
I don't think any of them are dumb. I think the dude,
I'm letting you know right now. If I'm in a relationship and me and her fight over French fries, God for fucking like
that's a red flag.
not even
but-
red flag. I'll be like,
No,
French
dude.
fries?
You
French
know what?
fries?
I would have done the same thing. I would have just gotten
French
up, get
fries?
you your own fucking food. Like, bro, don't eat my shit because I know I get really hangry. Like, I get times where I'm hungry and I get pissed
Understandable.
off. Don't eat my shit.
but if I'm getting food and she's like, oh, I don't want fries this time, I'd be like, look, I know that you're gonna take some, so I'm gonna order extra because even though if she doesn't even touch it, now I got double them out, which is cool.
Can
I'm
you
cool with
guess
it.
which? Can you guess which place this is that they went to?
Oh,
They said they ordered a cheeseburger and a milkshake.
In and Out. Yeah.
That's the only place I know a human being orders a
And I
milkshake.
love In and Out burgers, but shitty fries.
They taste like cardboard.
The shitty fries.
They taste like cardboard.
Shitty fries.
McDonald's fries are elites for 2 minutes.
Yes.
They're elites for 2 minutes.
Yes. That's why you have to eat it there, or while you're driving.
We had this conversation last in
Yeah.
like episode
That's
whatever.
what I'm saying. Like, it was just the dumbest shit. Like, whatever. Next.
That was an L.
Next,
That was
next.
lame.
That was a lame.
That was a
story.
lame one.
Talk about some fat fucks about French fries.
Right.
Imagine you and your.
I was expecting-
Imagine you in a relationship and fighting over fucking fries, bro.
When I read,
Oh my god.
dude, when I read, am I an ass for buying my husband fries? I thought it was like some chick who bought her husband fries, and he started like, this is the scenario I was thinking. I said it's probably gonna be some girl who bought her husband fries, and this nigga's like, bitch, I got my own money. Don't you dare pay for my shit. I thought it was gonna be something like that, but I was like, it's just 2 gay dudes arguing over food. Like, come on.
Come on now. You
Am I the
stupid.
asshole for bringing my special needs son to my sister's wedding? This one I thought was juicy.
Oh, I'm
And
about to
it says everyone sucks, so I'm curious to like read it.
This is about to get me hot right now.
So my wife and I were invited. My wife and I were invited to my sister's wedding. She had a rule about no children under the age of 10. elite. Shout out to you. My wife and I have a son who's 13, but is also special needs and developmentally behind. Oh, he's in a wheelchair and fully disabled. We do everything for him. He can hold sentences with you, and he does enjoy things, but has a mind of a much younger child.
Okay, but how old is he though? Like overall?
13.
13.
All
Okay.
right. We brought him along to my sister's wedding, and the sister had a rule of like no kids under the age of 10, which,
Okay.
you know, love it. During the wedding, our son began to get a little restless, in which we gave him his headphones and iPad, which calmed him down. At reception, my sister pulled me aside and asked why I had ignored her rule about children. I said I didn't and that he was old enough to attend. She then said at this point it was for noise disruptions,
Okay.
then pointed out both her children missed
I'm
her
getting
wedding
pissed.
because of their age. So am
Mhm.
I. I told her that was her choice, and our son only acted out, which we reacted quickly and was silent for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
She was upset still. Oh God, these people don't know how to write. She was upset still and said we reacted by giving him an iPad and how that was extremely rude of him to be on his iPad
Okay.
during her wedding.
How close are you almost done? Because I'm about to.
I'm
start.
almost done. Right?
Go for it. Go for it. Please finish.
When I'm done, I'm gonna just snap my fingers, go off.
No.
I told her if she didn't want our son coming, she should have told us directly, because how are we supposed to assume? She got upset and went to complain to our mom, saying how we made her angry on her special day. Go.
Listen here, you fucking cunt.
You're
Listen
speaking
here.
to the sister, right?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. With your stupid ass. Why did you bring me your son? That's your nephew. You fucking dumbass. The fuck is wrong with this?
You also said no kids under 10. He's 13.
He's 13. 13.
If you didn't clarify, like, oh well, he's a special case
Bitch,
because
I hope he
no,
gets
shut the fuck up.
Bitch, I hope he gets cheated on.
Nah, fuck off.
I hope he gets cheated on twice.
This bitch is
Same
crazy.
day.
The,
And what
the
the
bride,
fuck, bro?
the bride is a bitch. The bride is a bitch. Bridezilla
and the
right
parents
here.
had every right to bring him. And too, even if he was under 10, bring him. They love weddings. They love, but sometimes, if there's too much noise, they do what's it called? Because I have a cousin.
They get crazy.
But no, let's not use the word crazy. They're just sometimes
Hyper.
their anxiety kicks in and all that stuff. So it's understandable. But at the end of the day, it's like, fuck you. Like, oh, they ruined your special day. Fuck your special day.
And then went to complain to our mom saying we made her angry on her special
Yeah.
day. Fuck off.
That's your nephew. And two, even though like they said that, oh, he made sound and disturb. They give him the tablet. They took care of it. He was fine.
You've known this for 13 fucking years.
Yeah.
He's
It's
been
your
around for
nephew.
Yes, you should know this already. It's
You
not a
fuck.
stranger. And also, I want to say a smooth fuck you to the Reddit people. Why does everybody suck? Why did they put everybody suck here? All the people on Reddit, fuck all of you under this
No,
post.
nope.
Why do you say everybody sucks? The parents don't
Nope.
suck.
I have a soft spot in my heart for people, because I was in the buddies program too.
The fuck is the buddies program?
It's where you spend in school with the
Oh, with
special
helping
needs program.
disabled kids?
With the
Or-
special needs program, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay, cool, cool.
you hang out with them, you everything, which is like as you should. So like I have a very very soft spot, and
Lady, fuck you.
like and that lady is like, fuck, get the fuck out of here. What a piece of shit person. Honestly, like if I was in the situation, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna swing.
Listen, I'm not for
swinging everybody.
guys beating up like women, but you're technically your sister. You can wax that ass, or at least fuck up her husband.
That's true. So since you can't put hands on your sister, her husband has to take the
Yeah,
beating.
fuck up her sister, or let your wife do it. Shit,
That's true.
let your wife fuck her up.
That's true.
She
That's
talked
why I need to date a girl that has hands.
like
I'll be
saying
like,
we made
yo.
her angry on her special day. Like
Yeah,
he's on his
fuck
fucking iPhone.
you. Oh, dude, that's fucking stupid.
That's so fucking
You ruined my
annoying.
special day. Like, shut up, bitch.
Like I said, when I read, I read the headline, am I the asshole for bringing my special needs son to my sister's wedding? And it said everybody sucks. I was like, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be juicy.
No,
No, it's a bridezilla.
It was the life of the party. I think she was just jealous, and that's it. Because they're truly life of the party, man. They're the reason why they remind people that there's still love out there and there's good in the world.
You know, in like American weddings, how the bride is usually like the diva. Who's the diva in like Middle Eastern or African weddings?
It is still the bride.
I think African weddings the bride. I'm not sure about Middle Eastern weddings.
Yeah, man, it's just still the bride because the men, we don't care. We just want to get it over with.
Nah, y'all care.
No, we don't, bro. We truly don't.
You sure?
If I look at the groom, he's smoking a cigarette. There's a Red Bull. As soon as he gets off the horse, when we do the zephyr, and that's it. He's just like, let's get this over with. Because we do a zephyr when they get on the horse, and we do like a zephyr. You ever seen a zephyr before?
I've never been to a Middle Eastern wedding. I've been to Sudani wedding, like an African wedding,
Oh,
Sudani
you didn't
African
miss it now.
wedding, but
So
I
we
didn't
put
been
out.
to a Middle
So
Eastern
they get
wedding.
in like they do this thing where outside, where he gets on the horse, and we do a
Nigga, put that phone
zafet.
down.
And
Nigga,
dude,
put that phone down.
it's just it's popping right now. My phone hasn't been dry in a minute,
God, you're a fucking prick.
and so yeah, it's a zafet. It's just YouTube zafet. I don't have to fucking explain it. It's fun. And then they get in the building and they have fun, but the groom does not give a fuck. They're just trying to get it over with, bro.
Yeah, she's a bitch of a bride, and I probably wouldn't
And
talk to if my sister did something like this. I probably wouldn't talk
I
to her
hate
for
to
a
say this,
while.
but like it's obviously arranged marriage, so they're trying to just get it over with the wedding, so they can actually lose their V card. Like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm just trying to scroll through quickly the comments on here, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's dumb, bro. That's
ooh,
dumb.
somebody put another one. Said my oldest son got married a few years ago. The brother closest in age is autistic, and while verbal has a functioning ability as a 6 and 7 year old. I was basically saying same thing, like sensory
Yeah.
overload. Some people were trying to say like the parents should have brought him there in the first place because of sensory overload.
Fuck
But at the same time,
you.
the parents know their kid better than you. If
Yeah,
they thought he
fuck
could handle
you.
it, which obviously seemed like he did, right? So yeah, um, the bride is an asshole. Fuck her. And all the Reddit posters who I guess unanimously decided everybody sucks. They're all assholes. You guys are all fucking pricks.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was I was getting married, and somebody brought their kid who has his special needs, and I see my wife complaining,
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably second think the whole marriage thing.
I understand like no kids. I think 10 is a bit
No,
young, but like maybe no kids under 6 or like under 7.
the no kids thing, I agree with. Whatever.
Like no kids under 7.
Yeah,
Because they'll be fucking shit up.
but you're hating but you're shitting like on somebody who was over 10 plus.
It's 3 years older, you're over your limit.
Crazy, yeah. And also too,
Family.
even if they're under 10 but they're actually special needs, it's hard to find a good babysitter to trust.
Right? Like
so
it's probably even more stressful to leave him alone than to bring him.
And then also they have separation anxiety. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause like I love my cousin. Like I absolutely love my cousin. I can't imagine if my aunt's not there, any of her sisters are not there, or if she's around us, that she's not leaving, she's not going anywhere without one of us. I know that she's with her.
Yeah.
Not somebody that's random. So God forbid that you're a parent and you're like, I need to find a babysitter. No, like they're safer with them. They know how to act, and they don't have to worry about them. So, and honestly, like if I'm in that position, and then the person I'm going to the wedding is like, sorry man, like you can't bring your kid, I'd be like, then fuck your wedding.
That's fine.
I'm gonna
Which
stay
is
with my wedding.
perfectly fine if you're not direct family.
Even if I'm direct family.
Now, if I'm direct family, you're an asshole for even asking me.
That's what I'm saying. Like even like let's say like my closest cousins and they're getting married, and my child has special needs, and then they were like, sorry, no kids. I'd be like, cool, you're gonna get
I can't come because my baby needs me.
No, I wouldn't even say come. I was like, yo, fuck your wedding, fuck everybody.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I would go that far.
But
I'm just saying my family would never do that
I'm trying to
because ain't nobody got the balls to do it.
I'm trying to think. I don't think we have any special needs people in our family.
I do, and
We got hella dumbasses on our family, but not special needs.
Let's not use those words around that subject. I do, and I love her to death. My cousin Monica, the sweetest person you ever
really?
meet. The sweetest person you ever fucking meet in your life, bro. If somebody even looks at her wrong, I'll kill him.
I had a cousin I thought was special needs until I got older. My mom explained to me like, no, they're not. I said,
That's fucked
yikes.
up. That's fucked up.
As a kid, I always thought they were little, so I was extra nice to them because I thought they were a little special.
Man, my cousin is just.
And then I grew up and I was like in my teens, and I was like, that's not true.
Bro, my cousin is just the sweetest
okay
person in the world. Like if you can have a bad day, she will make you smile in under 2 seconds. It's just she's a saint, bro. She's an absolute saint, and she's so funny. But it's hard for me to see her because the whole Palestine thing.
Oh, they're not here in the U.S.?
No, they came in. They came down to visit, and then like when they went back, Israel fucked with their visa because they just do it on purpose. So it's hard for her to get a visa to come travel again.
Jesus.
Yeah, they make it hard, man. And but last time when she came into Arizona, she was just so sweet, bro. I will never forget it. She had a tablet and she kept taking pictures of us on the tablet. And she's like, "Oh, I'm saving these. I'm saving." Like she was just absolutely funny, man. And I do miss her. Yeah, yeah.
So long story short, yeah, don't stop fucking with special needs people.
No,
don't count them in the same.
They're
Don't count them in
priority.
the same. Yeah, they are priority,
They're
especially
priority.
kids.
I don't give a fuck. They're priority.
Especially kids.
They're whatever the situation is. They're priority.
Yeah. I've seen on TikTok like some special needs asshole adults though. Like not mentally like physically special needs.
Yeah, but they don't. But
act like pricks.
Yeah, but the reason why is because, dude, imagine the bullying that they have to go through.
True.
It's not like they just got out there and
It's hard again because you're like, man, you're in a wheelchair, but you're kind of acting like
No,
a
I
prick right now.
understand.
Like it's hard to like
No,
listen to
if
this.
they're
But when it comes to kids, let them do what the fuck they
if they're
want. They
adults and
want to
they're
cut
being
your hair,
assholes,
just
I
let them cut your hair.
understand because the bullying is brutal, man.
Yeah,
The bullying is absolutely brutal.
but I just I couldn't. Or sometimes they're
Their
just
priority in
angry.
my life.
There's sometimes they're just angry. Like you get disabled as an adult, and it's even harder to adjust. They're just probably just angry at the
No, yeah.
situation. But special needs kids, you can shave my hair for fun. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Whatever you want.
I'm not saying no to you.
Priority.
This one I thought you might find funny.
Okay.
I only read the headline, and then the first sentence says my 20-year-old brother. The guy's 20 and his brother is 15.
Okay.
And the headline says, "Am I the asshole for mocking my brother that talks about being an alpha male?" I thought it was even funnier that the brother is 15.
Okay.
So I already know it's like some delusional, dumb high school shit, not like a serious
let's
adult.
Read it. Let's read it. Read it out.
So me, male 20 years old,
Okay.
my little brother, male 15 years old, is in high school. I just came back to my hometown from college for break and brought my girlfriend to come with me for a week. I decided to go out to a restaurant. With me, my GF, my brother, and my sister. Okay. When we were sitting down, my little brother showed me a weird TikTok. It was first a video of a girl saying short guys are not men or something, and then it cuts to some guy lifting weights and insulting her. I thought it was stupid and made fun of my brother for it, and then he called me a beta and said my girlfriend probably has an OnlyFans.
Beta.
Coming for a 15-year-old to say that shit to you, I already know the tone.
Yeah.
All right, continuing. She obviously told him she didn't have one because she didn't, in brackets.
Okay.
And I told him he's an idiot. I then looked at his TikTok account and scrolled, and it was just all dudes going to the gym, lifting weights, or people talking about how to be masculine and stuff. So I was laughing and making fun of it. My brother then got mad and stopped talking to me. Am I the asshole? 100% not.
No, I don't.
Because
think
your
so.
brother's a teenage dumbass.
I know. So yeah, he's a young, and I knew it as soon as he was like saying alpha and beta. I was like, his TikTok is wild right now. I would know exactly
and
what
he's
he's
at
saying.
15.
Which is, to be honest with you, at that age, there's nothing wrong if you want to be alpha, but at that age, you're still trying to understanding how to be an alpha, you know. But
Please stop saying alpha.
whatever, you know what I'm saying.
Just be like a real
I
man.
understand because I was at that age as well. But he's still got a lot more to learn. But he's at the type for you to stop talking to your sister. He's a kid.
I'm gonna say this because I hope he listens. I want to say
he's a kid.
I have a cousin. Remember I told you my cousin who hates fat people.
Yeah.
He gives me this vibe. My cousin who hates fat people and is like the MMA fighter and shit. He's fucking crazy. He is fucking psycho. And because
No,
he's 20 and
but
I
he has
get
his
it.
reasoning. He has his reasoning because
No, he doesn't. He's
yeah,
20 years old. He doesn't know shit.
It's just what he
thinks he
sees is
knows.
like if he's seen people that they're overweight and they're complaining, he goes, "Bro, get the fuck up and work out."
No.
I get it.
I get it. No. I understand there are people who want to actually realistically advocate. My cousin just loves to make fun of fat people. There's no positive advice given. It's just making fun of fat people and shitting on them and, fat racial slurs. That is 100% him.
Yeah.
My little cousin is his IG is fucking weird.
That's hilarious though.
Right? He's not one of them. He's not one of them like,
No,
he
but
just advocates. He's shredded for now and he will I know my family, I know his family. Our genetics don't play that way. This nigga gonna be 35 and chunky. I promise you.
Maybe it might happen so he can learn how hard it is.
He will be humble. I feel like at that age you're kind of a dumbass anyway.
Yeah,
I think a couple years he'll humble himself.
At the end of the
but man, his IG is crazy.
Because there's people like when they be like, "Oh, I'm poor," and then there's people that were in that position and they made it. They're like, "Dude, you're poor because you keep saying that. You're not working 3 jobs. You want to stay relaxed." So I get it for him is like when he has people around, they're like, "Oh, I'm overweight," and be like, "Get the fuck up and work out."
Yeah.
And he's like, that's why he's like, I hate big people because they're complaining.
Yeah,
so I can get his point, but sometimes you need to be careful, bro, because your metabolism will change, man.
I have another cousin, also other side of the family though, that side of the family. He's the exact opposite. He is super into health and fitness, right?
Yeah.
But he's not condescending. He's not a dickhead. He doesn't spend his days like cussing people out and stuff like that.
On people that are big.
He is like into the whole, self-motivating, all that. Like he does. You've probably seen his like he's boxing page. He actually, I think I told you the story of him and John Jones when they trained that one day or whatever. I think he was doing some event in Dubai.
Dude.
But he does he literally does the same thing. They're in like the same space, but one is way more positive and like productive
and one
about
is
it,
just
and the other one is a complete dickhead.
well, one of us is alpha. One
One-
is alpha.
and the one who's not an alpha is like 5'7" or some shit.
Yeah,
like
no,
5'9".
but now I get it because I see in this in the gym world. So
Is
that's what I'm saying. Like when I'm like now I seen people like that. So
I'm
it's fine.
imagining when he said my brother got mad and stopped talking. I'm just imagining this 15-year-old going,
He's becoming an alpha. Oh my goddamn alpha.
just huffing and puffing on his phone. Like
yeah. Well, masculinity needs to come back.
somebody said, he called her a beta and said my girlfriend probably has an OnlyFans.
That's the funniest shit, though. That's funny.
He has a girlfriend. How is he the beta?
That's just
See,
that's interesting.
Whew, I
What
don't
else
know.
you got? That's it.
Those are the three. I saw a couple like random funny shit on TikTok.
Okay, so
but...
what is your health and gym story that you had for me earlier?
Oh, so remember I told you. So for the people, I have epilepsy, right? Like I've mentioned this on the show before, right? And epilepsy, like because of A, the medications, and B, the damage to like brain, so it fucks with your hormone. Like you get like a hormone imbalance.
So you're low on testosterone.
Yes. So you could have let me finish my story, but yeah, I went and took
No,
the test.
I'm very smart. I know.
I was curious because I told you you're not smart. I told you before.
Okay, fuck
I
you
just
for
didn't tell you
exposing
what
me. I'm trying to look like I'm fucking educated.
No,
in
you're
this
not.
Bitch.
I didn't tell you the rest of the story. I told you I was low on testosterone,
You fucked
but
my
I didn't
shit
tell
up.
you the rest of that
All
shit.
right, proceed.
Nah, fuck out of here. See, what did I tell you guys? Issam want to play big for the podcast. I told you, go look at the clip on Instagram.
You're a scumbag.
I'm trying to play big for the podcast.
You're a scummy. All right, go for it. Go ahead and say it.
But no, so the actual results, which he does not know. So the testosterone range for men is like 260 to like 960 or 914, some shit like that.
Mhm.
Bigger dudes, taller, bigger dudes, supposed to be on the other end. Want to take a guess where I fell?
430.
Wrong.
Where you at?
I'm completely out of range, by the way.
Where you at?
120.
Oh shit, you're bad.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
I'm
even-
like medically, like it's medically necessary.
So it's not gonna be a small dosage. It's gonna be a big dosage.
I was gonna be big shit
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
also tall. Like I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna need to go from
Okay.
like 120 all the way up to like
he's 6'2".
500
He's
plus.
6'2". He's lying. He's
Yo,
6'2".
I got a tape measure at home. I will pull that shit right
he's
now.
6'2". Anyways, that's bad.
194 centimeters.
That makes
my
a lot
nigga.
of sense about when you try to work out and there's no energy.
I've never been able to build muscle.
You're because you're not recovering.
Yeah, fat doesn't go the places it's supposed to.
But I'm learning now when you get on that cycle, oh bro, you're gonna have so much fun.
But how the conversation, and I want to say this because for guys, I can't speak for women. So ladies, if I'm not including you, I'm not trying to be condescending. I just can't speak. But how it started is I was talking to my therapist, and we were talking about hormone imbalance, stuff like that, and I had said, well, what does testosterone affect? Because I've always struggled to put on muscle. And she was like, well, it actually has, depressive episodes, mood swings, anxiety, hair loss, which weird is not my problem because
it is because your hairline is all fucked up.
Oh no, I have hair everywhere.
That's a lie. His hairline is fucked up. If we can zoom in,
this has been my natural hairline. Like my dad's hairline literally looks the
just
same.
went back.
My dad's hair, it's always been like this. I'll show you photos like
That's
from.
bad. That's bad. That's very bad.
It's always been like this.
That's very bad.
It's the shape of but my dad has a full head of hair and he's like 60.
Yeah, but your dad.
It looks weird, but
your
it's
dad
60.
doesn't have low testosterone though. You do.
He's 60 years old. He ain't got no juice. There's no anything coming out.
But when you get on that cycle, son, if you eat really good, like healthy, bro, in 6 weeks you'll be a whole different person. In 6 weeks.
Well, I already eat healthy. I already work out, and nothing happens.
No, I'm talking about when you're on that cycle.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen on the cycle.
My son, you're gonna lift heavier. You're gonna start. Don't waste your time playing basketball. Okay.
Well,
Please.
basketball's my cardio. It's just because it's fun for me. It's my cardio and it's fun. So
No,
I can
figure
do
out
it
something
forever.
else. Figure out something else. Lift.
I always lift. I always lift.
Figure out something else with the cardio. Don't waste your time with the basketball.
Fuck off.
In 6 weeks, bro, you're gonna be like.
You're so fucking annoying. My point is what I'm trying to say, guys. Think outside the box. Go talk to your therapist. Go talk to your doctor. If you are a guy who has like mood swings, depression, stuff like that,
like Korean.
go through all the avenues. Don't just do therapy. Do therapy obviously because it's good, but don't just do therapy. And if it's not working or you're on all these medications, it could be something as simple as that.
Yes, it could be medical.
All right. It could be something as medical as your testosterone's imbalanced.
When are you gonna get on a cycle though?
I have the appointment with the endocrinologist. I think that's the endocrinologist, like in first week of July.
Low key, I kind of want to take the test, and I hope I'm low so they can approve it because I want to get on a cycle.
Probably not. You're crazy.
I know.
You're crazy. You're crazy. I don't feel like. I'm also worried because I know people. It's hard to think, but not a lot of things piss me off. But when something does piss me off, I do have a short temper. Like something as simple as Like food will piss me off. Canceling plans last minute will piss me off,
Yeah.
and I like snap. And I've done a great job of like controlling it.
That's who fucking told you that?
What
That you have
controlling
you're doing a great job of controlling it.
people in my
Your
life are doing a
fucking
great
demons
job.
on the side.
No, my demons aren't on the side.
So when you throw your temper, I just let you be.
No,
I'm like
I don't have. I'm not that. I haven't had a temper
every time you
tantrum.
throw a temper,
I've
everything.
never had a temper tantrum.
Okay, freak the fuck out.
At least not around you.
Every time you throw a temper or anything, you know what I say? I'll talk to you tomorrow because I already know tomorrow is gonna.
So I'm not trying to. Like I said, I'm just. My point is, I'm worried because I'm like, I'm not trying to be more aggro.
No, I don't think you already pissed off. So I don't know how the testosterone is gonna affect it because usually, like when you get on testosterone, you get a little bit more crazier.
They said the sex drive is supposed to go up, and I said,
Yeah, everything,
I can't
everything.
go. I can't go up further than
Okay,
this.
first of all, you ain't not active. What's it called? But
You
one thing
think
though,
I'm a hoe?
uh, if you work out, but I think because you're low, and obviously
Could you
you're gonna have a
imagine?
medical like a doctor, measuring how much dosage you're gonna take. I feel like you're gonna do it so safely that you're not gonna like,
Well, you
you
have
know,
to do it. You have to do it. But imagine I'm doing
no,
all
because
of
there's
this.
people that just buy it from the gym, bro, and they just
Yeah,
snap
and they
that
just
shit.
snap. But that's
Yeah,
fucked up.
but
And
since
then
you're doing it medically,
it fucks up their bodies in other ways.
yeah, when you do it medically, I think it's gonna be really good for you. And like I said, bro, if you really, really focus for 6 weeks, you're a whole new person. We're
Because
talking
could you
about
imagine, like I've been at a baseline of like 100, 130 for like
we're
all
talking
these years.
exactly. So we're talking about in 6 weeks, a whole new Kareem, like never seen before. We're
Okay,
talking
don't hype them up like that, and then in 6 weeks be like, why aren't you jacked? And they go,
because you got lazy. Because you're just like, I'm just gonna.
no.
Because,
Once I get that, I'm gonna like already improve my
bro,
habits. Like my habits are already better.
I seen somebody get on a cycle, not the
Just
professional way.
testosterone, nothing else.
That's just testosterone. I am telling you, in 6 weeks, they were a whole different person, shredded. And I'm telling you right now, they weren't even eating healthy. They were eating shitty food, and they were still having abs. But
No, that's fucked up.
after they got off of it, they looked miserable because obviously when you get off the cycle, you have to do it also cleanse and all this stuff. But
Well, the good thing is that I'm not going to get off the cycle because it's
exactly,
medically
medical
required.
right. So, dude, if you,
So I'm not getting off of this.
oh, that's gonna be nice for you, to be honest with you.
I hope so.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna look like
I'm going for like 120 to like five something.
yeah.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
No, but you're gonna put some muscle on, and you know what I mean. You're gonna
I hope so.
and hopefully look decent for once. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, fuck off. I stay looking decent.
Well, not with that hairline, son.
Nigga, please. They love my shit. But anywho, so yeah, be
You
creative.
can't even make it straight if you think about it.
I can. I had cornrows before.
I fucking.
Why would I want to straighten my hair, dude?
I don't. To be honest with you, I'm talking about the hairline.
Why would I want to?
I feel bad for your barber that he has to deal with your bitch ass. He's like, fuck, man, this dude right here, dog.
Oh, my barbers love me. Anywho, so yeah, that should be fun. I can't wait to
Yeah.
see if that actually pans out. So we'll see on July,
All right.
first week of July. I don't have anything else. Any shout outs? Anything you want to say to the folks?
To my favorite sponsors, thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you.
You know, Chelsea, it would be nice a plate of food every now and then, a bowl of hookah, you know,
What?
some
For
shit
what?
like that for a shirt. You know, just saying. Oh, you know, she's in Jamaica this week.
Good for her. She deserves it.
Oh, she was having those pictures. Looked so much fun.
Good for you. Congrats. And thank you
I
so
think it
much
was some
again for the
family trip or
sponsor.
something, but
Thanks
it
for
looked
the,
so
thanks for
much
the new
fun.
tea in the bucket always. No, man, everything is good. I've been getting some good feedback on people that they're just discovering the podcast, especially people from my gym and they were like, "Oh, I checked it out. It's funny." So that was kind of cool to get those comments. And then soon we're gonna start bringing people in as guests, so don't worry about
Ooh.
that. Some just whatever we see. I have a couple of ideas, but it's just, keep it fresh, keep it new. Yeah, it'll happen.
We running like 20 episodes. We need like value and just not some random
No,
motherfuckers. No
we'll
randoms,
we're
nigga.
always gonna come up with more stuff for people, and yeah, that's it. So I can think of.
I need Messi. Listen to all the porn stars, the OnlyFans, the MMA fighters, the basketball players. Hit us up. I don't want the positive people. Don't bring positivity on the show today.
I thought you said Messi like the soccer
No,
player.
Messi, like you know, drama. Right? I don't want no positivity. Give me all the negative shit.
Yeah, we can find somebody that does an OnlyFans.
I know quite a few.
Yeah.
But probably not the ones you want to watch.
Um,
I know quite a few people who do OnlyFans. I know a couple people who do the streaming.
you know, how crazy OnlyFans is so normal now.
Yeah.
So imagine being
These people don't do OnlyFans for porn. They
Exactly.
do other things on OnlyFans.
So the next generation, I feel like when they're in school, Like they'd be like, "Oh, your mom didn't do OnlyFans because my mom did," and it's gonna be like a normal
Like,
thing.
yo, I make. They'll be like, oh, you have an OnlyFans? How could you? It's like, bitch, I have a house and I'm like 16 years old. Shut
And
the fuck up.
and now too, like even in the dating scene, like
Be
I
like,
remember like even last year when I matched with like back to back with two girls and they all did OnlyFans, and I'm just like, it's so normal now. But I mean, at the end of the day, make your money, do what you want.
you know,
It's your life,
I'm gonna say I
but
don't
not
see a
for me.
problem with it because at the end of the day, like, yo, if I want to make money off my body and nobody's touching me, like I'm
Fair
sitting in
game,
my like nobody's touching me,
fair
and you
game.
make money off my. Who you fucking tell me?
Yeah, fair
Somebody
game.
want to pay me so I can, just do all that.
Can you imagine you finally like decided to do
Credit
OnlyFans?
card bills, nigga.
Yeah, can you imagine like sitting down with yourself and be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do OnlyFans and not make not even $1.
Yeah, that would hurt. That would hurt.
that would suck.
But I heard that there are people making OnlyFans for everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
ugly people on OnlyFans,
Mhm,
ugly
mhm.
feet on like feet pics don't actually have to be pretty feet.
I have
People like ugly feet. They're making like hundreds a week on OnlyFans stuff like that. And
no,
I'm
I have
like,
a friend that did
yo,
a smart. I had a friend that did a really smart. She did Twitch streaming. And then she that's how she got her clientele to do her OnlyFans, and she made enough money. She made more than enough money, and she bought and she started like small businesses on the side, and now she has like 6 different type of incomes
Jesus,
just because of like couple
bro,
of
6 income streams is stressful
yeah, but
to
no,
manage all that.
yeah, but then you got from Twitch, and then you got your TikToks, and then you got your small business on the side, then you got your merch.
We
Like
should stream one day
we should try to
because I
stream for
have a
sure.
Twitch account and connected to my PS5,
Yeah.
and maybe like either we
Do you
do.
use your PS5?
I started using it this week.
What are you playing?
I'm playing F1 again. I'm back in Call of Duty, and I started playing Spiritfarer.
Okay.
Spiritfarer is, for y'all who don't know, it's like the animation is cutesy, but it's a story about essentially ferrying like spirits to the other side to the
Yeah,
dead.
yeah,
It's kind of
yeah.
a little dark, but the animations are cutesy. It's just a simple game. Like it's great. I like
Mhm.
simple games. Like I'll play Tetris honestly, like on my Switch,
Yeah, that's
just to
fucking
clear
boring.
my mind.
That's fucking crazy. Nope.
Like just that when I really, because I ADHD, so I like hyper focus on Tetris
Ah,
and
I
just
see,
try to
I
get
see,
up
I
to the
see.
score. It's so good to just ignore
You
everything
do have
around you.
ADHD. Yeah, I remember you did that.
I know because you see me take Ritalin. Sorry, yeah, Ritalin, not Adderall.
Yeah, yeah,
Anywho, guys, I got nothing else. Remember the Spotify page.
yeah.
We have a Spotify page. Please, please, please. If you guys, because I told us on this, I got feedback from people saying like, oh, I don't have time to sit and actually watch on YouTube. No, listen to your Spotify on the go. Listen to your Apple Podcast on the go. Shit, if
If you already are, we appreciate you. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
and if you are, we appreciate
And
you.
thank you so
Obviously, the
much.
people I
And shout out
appreciate
to
them,
everybody
but
that's always liking the
excuses.
and and,
I don't
and
hear
thanks to
that.
everybody that's always liking our clips and for people always liking it, commenting on it, give us their opinion. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Anything else you got to say?
Nope, I got nothing
Well,
else to
thank you guys
say.
so much for listening. My name is Issam.
My name is Kareem,
This
and we are
episode.
your hosts.
Thank you.